Wednesday is different. She now wears colorful clothes, smiles, and dances in public. But on second thought, something doesn't feel right. But admit it, this is the Wednesday you didn't even know you needed. To better understand how this happened, we rewind 16 hours and 36 minutes earlier. Morticia, Gomez, Wednesday, and Enid are meeting with Principal Dort and Sheriff Santiago. The sheriff and the principal learn that there were two hides in the procession honoring the outcasts, Tyler and his mother, Françoise. Morticia explains that she and Françoise made a deal. Françoise would guarantee that Tyler wouldn't kill Wednesday and Enid. The mother-son duo would also leave Jericho forever. Morticia believes Françoise will keep her word. Dort decides to implement an indefinite school-wide curfew. Afterward, Wednesday speaks with her spirit guide, Weems, who sarcastically congratulates Wednesday for freeing not one, but two hybrid creatures from Willow Hill. Wednesday asks how she can regain her psychic ability. Weems explains that family ties are fundamental to the strength of the Addams family line. Wednesday must repair her tenuous relationship with her mother. This is the key to regaining her ability. Wednesday then asks Professor Orloff if he ever taught Françoise. During her time at Nevermore, she went by the name Françoise Knight. Although she had no interest in science, her brother, Isaac, did. Isaac was particularly close to Augustus Stonehurst. In fact, the late Stonehurst built the laboratory in Iago Tower for him. Isaac died the night the laboratory exploded. His body was never found, but legend has it that he is buried beneath the skull tree. Of course, we know that Pugsley revived him. Wednesday pieces together the facts, realizing that Pugsley's zombie friend is Isaac. Later, we see Pugsley and Eugene selling the answers to an upcoming exam in their dorm room. Wednesday, along with Agnes, confronts her brother. When did he last see Isaac? Pugsley reveals that he let Isaac escape that night at the haunted farm. Meanwhile, Tyler wakes up in an underground bunker with Françoise. Françoise explains that Stonehurst lied to Tyler's father, claiming she was dead. The late sheriff built this bunker to protect Tyler in case Françoise became too dangerous. Tyler notices an iron ring on his ankle. He is chained to the bed. Françoise declares that she is now Tyler's master. Capri then surmises that Enid is an alpha wolf. For one thing, she took a long time to transform. Second, when she finally transformed into a wolf, it was during a blood moon. Enid looks shocked. She notes that alphas often end up alone. Capri reassures her, saying they will get through this together. Capri then changes the subject, informing Enid that if Dort catches anyone breaking curfew, he will ban them from the gala. Later, Wednesday meets with Granny, who is shooting clay targets outside her mansion. They discuss Wednesday's lack of psychic ability. Granny introduces her to Rosaline Rotwood, a legendary Nevermore instructor who, like them, was a raven. She boasted immense psychic powers. Rotwood also taught Granny, if a raven recites the inscription on Rotwood's gravestone in the cemetery, it will temporarily receive psychic vision. We then see Wednesday place her hand on Rotwood's gravestone and recite the Latin inscription. Suddenly, she is transported to the seance room at Rotwood's cottage. Rosaline Rotwood materializes, resembling an ethereal specter. Rotwood criticizes Wednesday's arrogance, just as Weems did. Then she orders Wednesday to hold her hand over the flames. Doing so will restore her psychic abilities, albeit temporarily. However, if she removes her hand from the fire, she will break the raven's gaze. This has consequences. Unfortunately, Enid finds Wednesday in the cemetery, her hands still on the Rotwood headstone and her eyes closed. Enid pulls her away, stating that they must return before curfew. This prompts Wednesday to remove her hand from the flames. She has broken the raven's gaze. Later, Wednesday and Enid wake up in their dorm the next morning. Something isn't right. They've switched bodies. Now Enid is Wednesday, and Wednesday is Enid. Wednesday begs Enid not to reveal their situation to anyone. They must figure out how to return to normal. Enid, in Wednesday's body, encounters Agnes in the courtyard, who is there with her friend's usual coffee. Enid decides to order a colorful drink. Agnes comments that she's allergic to colors. Enid quickly discovers that this isn't a playful exaggeration. Wednesday's body breaks out in hives after consuming the rainbow drink. Meanwhile, Wednesday, in Enid's body, beats Bruno after he surprises her. Morticia notices her daughter scratching profusely. She gives Wednesday a special cream containing ash from the crematorium to soothe the rash. She reminds her daughter to take her mushroom pills to prevent allergic reactions. Morticia gives her a bottle. Meanwhile, Wednesday arrives at the cemetery. Weems appears, revealing that the last people who tried to renew their psychic vision through the Rotwood headstone have died. Weems comments that Wednesday will be responsible for Enid's untimely death after all. Elsewhere, Isaac breaks into the old Galpin house. He spots a doghouse in the backyard. Beneath it is an entrance to an underground bunker. Inside the bunker, Françoise and Tyler are enjoying pancakes. Françoise hears a knock on the door. She pulls out a gun, pointing it at the intruder. Françoise is stunned to discover her brother, who died 30 years ago. After Isaac convinces his sister of his identity, they embrace. Françoise introduces Isaac to Tyler, her nephew. Françoise begins coughing. Françoise tells Tyler that this is a consequence of being a hybrid, a lack of longevity. Isaac shares that his goal before he died was to remove Françoise's hide so she could be a normal person. However, Stonehurst stole Isaac's work and perverted it, using the Lois program to instill outcast abilities in normal people. There is a machine at Willow Hill like the one Isaac built in Nevermore, but Isaac needs a special part to make it work, which will require a visit to an old friend. Wednesday sneaks into the seance room at Rotwood Cottage. There she finds Morticia's books. Wednesday stares at the hooded statue looming before her. Suddenly, a skeletal hand emerges from a sleeve, grabbing her. Rosaline Rotwood's face appears. Rotwood reveals that the two roommates must unravel the secrets of the lives they've led, or they'll both die by dawn. Morticia catches Wednesday. She assumes Wednesday convinced Enid to do this. Enid tries to learn facts about the Addams family. She reads the character descriptions in Wednesday's manuscript. She is offended to discover that Evelyn, the character based on Enid, sounds like what Wednesday really thinks of her. So Enid decides to ignore caution and abandon Black. She dresses in Enid's colorful clothes and parades around the school, cheerful and smiling, while everyone is amazed and films the situation. However, Wednesday's allergy to color resurfaces with a vengeance. She breaks out in hives even worse than before. Wednesday watches from afar, looking as stoic as ever. Afterward, Wednesday catches Bruno talking to his girlfriend from the Philippines in Tagalog. Wednesday breaks up with him. Bruno tries to explain himself, but Wednesday doesn't give him the chance. Later, we see Enid consuming the bottle of mushroom pills Morticia gave her. Agnes asks when Wednesday bought a phone. Wednesday claims it belongs to Enid. It's then that she discovers that Enid is going to the wolf pens at Capri's request and that Enid, like Wednesday, broke up with Bruno. To make matters worse, Wednesday had a vision about Enid's death. Then, Enid kicks Agnes out after she talks about Enid. Heartbroken, Agnes joins a body part support group. Orloff encourages her to sit down and share her story. Agnes feels invisible. No one sees the real her. Orloff validates her feelings and affirms that everyone in the group supports her. The Thing reveals that he doesn't know where he came from. The Addams family found him. Meanwhile, Morticia learns the truth about her daughter, that she and Enid switched bodies. Weems materializes to tell Morticia what she knows. However, Morticia and Weems can't interfere. Wednesday and Enid must resolve this themselves before dawn. Meanwhile, Isaac visits Orloff. Isaac comments that Orloff has been living on borrowed time for 3 decades thanks to Isaac's invention. He created the device that keeps Orloff alive. Isaac removes the special part to operate the machine at Willow Hill for Françoise. Agnes catches Isaac feeding on Orloff's brain but turns invisible before Isaac spots her. Then, Françoise, Isaac, and Tyler sit in a car preparing to drive to Willow Hill. Isaac shows Françoise the part. Everyone hears something outside. Tyler goes out to check. He discovers Judy's bloody corpse in the trunk. Agnes sneaks into the trunk to find Judy. She calls Enid's phone, which Wednesday now has. Agnes then reveals her location so her school friends can rescue her. Later, The Galpins arrive at Willow Hill. Isaac turns on the machine, which Stonehurst built from Isaac's journals. They are in the now-abandoned Lois program headquarters. Francoise and Isaac assure Tyler that this machine will bring Francoise back to life. Tyler senses someone there with them. He grabs Agnes's arm as she materializes. Isaac orders Tyler to throw her in a cell. He'll need fresh brains to eat later. Wednesday and Enid come to her rescue. They try to fight Tyler after he and Isaac are on the other side of the room where Francoise has the machine. Tyler throws Enid aside. In retaliation, Agnes flips the switches on the panel controlling the machine, overheating it. Tyler tries to reverse the damage. Then, Wednesday unexpectedly transforms into a werewolf. Tyler begins to transform into a hybrid creature, but Francoise stops him. Wednesday grabs Tyler by the neck. Enid and Agnes urge her to follow them out of Willow Hill so they can reach the cemetery before dawn. As the trio departs, the machine begins to explode. The Galpins also leave. Wednesday and Enid then return to the cemetery. They touch Rotwood's headstone. Enid shares what she learned about Wednesday and vice versa. Wednesday admits she underestimated Enid's power, and that the transformation at Willow Hill is further proof that Enid is strong. Suddenly, the girls collapse. They wake up after dawn, realizing it worked. They didn't die and return to their bodies. Weems takes Wednesday aside. Although Wednesday successfully prevented Enid's untimely death, someone's death still hangs in the balance. Weems shows Wednesday a headstone for an Adams, but it's unclear which one. If you liked the summary, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments about the series or anything else. See you in the next video.